Welcome back. We are finishing the series, He Was Human by author Red Riviera. The last chapter. Chapter 12.
Elzer had stopped crying. She had to, anymore, and she would risk dehydration. Everyone in this room had been saved by James. But, to do it he'd locked himself outside with the biosynths. The doors had closed. Elzer hadn't moved from where she was. Down on her knees with her tail limp on the floor behind her.
Elzer.
Roswell gestured behind her. When they'd brought him here he'd lost an arm, and a lot of blood with it. Placing his remaining arm on her shoulder.
You've been here since yesterday, you should talk to someone.
Roswell said. His concern was expected but she didn't care. Then it happened. The door began opening. Everyone was terrified. Had the biosynths opened the door? Elzer didn't care though. She'd just seen her best friend die. Her children would never know their father.
Brigadier. Brigadier. Brigadier.
A voice shouted through the opening door. A group of people charged in. They were in uniforms that they'd never seen before, but they recognized their species. They were humans. Elzer didn't move before another human walked in. It was
James.
Roswell shouted, running up to him, the humans reacting with a combination of gasps and muttering something in a language Elzer didn't understand. She stood up and walked towards James. He's alive, but how? She was about to cry when her nose told her something else. No. This man was not James. He smelled completely different. For one, that permanent smell the engine room left on someone wasn't there. Just as Elzer's tail went limp and was about to collapse again when the man who looked like James charged past Roswell, who was trying to ask him questions and was in front of Elzer. He said something he didn't understand before saying,
Apple brace.
That's what James had given her before he'd closed the door. She handed him the device. While they looked at the device, Elzer went outside. He wasn't James, but the biosynths are gone, so maybe James had survived but was injured. That could be it. There were other humans here. Who else could have called them here? She followed her nose. That smell she had gotten so used to. Elzer's scream echoed through the ship. The crewmen and humans ran too quickly. Roswell arriving first.
James.
He said. Or what was left of him. Dead biosynths were all around him. His rifle was in pieces. He was full of bullets, arms and legs mangled beyond recognition. Korn had kept his word. He was still holding his head. He seemed to die shortly after taking it. The other James let out a similar cry to Elzer after getting there. The crewmen who had arrived began crying. Of course, but the other humans arriving had given them hope. The humans also seemed upset. They were holding back tears though. Without a word, they gathered the survivors and took them to their ship. While they also recovered James's body.
5 months later.
Elzer walked downstairs to the dining room. She was woken up to smell she'd gotten used to.
Morning, Sean, Evie. Elzer, you're awake.
Evie said.
You always seem to wake up when breakfast is ready.
It's the smell.
Sean cut in.
Let's not forget my sister-in-law here is a cat.
He said.
That and I've really developed a fondness for this, bacon.
The two of them laughed. 5 months had passed. James's funeral was held on his homeworld Mars. It was a massive event. Apparently, he'd been called the Martian Space King by the Terran Union government on Earth and the other Earthlings. Sean explained that for the past 230 years, Earthlings had been exaggerating Martians as a running joke. Another case of human humor. Elzer couldn't get used to it. It's more baffling than the humans' herbivore habits.
You're due soon, aren't you?
Evie asked.
Yes, any moment now.
Elzer answered.
That idiot brother of mine, how did he not know that when you asked to sleep with him is was have a child? Sometimes I don't see how we were twins.
Sean said. Elzer had got used to it. Apparently, it was one way human siblings showed affection. James and Sean were twins. Apparently, humans can have natural clones occur in their biology. Another shock from James. After he read the message James had left on his Apple brace, he spent months trying to communicate. Once the language barrier was gone, he brought her to his home on Earth. Apparently, he's just doing right by his sister-in-law. By James' request, he apparently wrote a message on his Apple brace asking him to. Turns out humans practice monogamy. Or, try to. That explained James's reaction to taking another mate. His mate, Evie, was not impressed at first, but when told the situation apologized. They'd become good friends over the last 5 months. Elzer dropped her fork on her plate.
What's wrong?
Evie asked, concerned.
I think the twins are coming.
Elzer said. Evie and Sean began rushing around to get Elzer to the hospital. They were apparently the first human hybrids to be born. They were going to live well on Earth. Elzer thought she quite liked it there as well.
End of chapter. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, and visit the author, and I'll see you next time. If you didn't, comment on what I can do better. And as usual, have a wonderful day.